welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. In today's video I have a BTArtbox nail haul, and I'm super excited for this haul because they sent me some really cool items, starting with this X-Coat press set. So these are individual packs of press-on nails, but they did make it so that it's a matching set, so you can just do the nails or you can pair it with the matching toes. So this is the Wild Bloomery nail design. It has like an animal print French tip with these really cute pink flowers, and this set was inspired by yours truly. So I'm going to put the photo up on the screen of the set that I did not too long ago. And yeah, this is like a similar design. I thought that this was so cute, and I was so excited when I saw that they created this press on set. I was excited to see the new square shape for the toes. Also, their previous version was like a more sharp square, which I actually will use that for the toenail design I'm going to do in today's video. But for all of their new like press on toes, it's been this square shape, which is a little bit more rounded. It's like a mix in between the squoval shape and the sharp square. So yeah, I love that. They do come with tabs. You get the extra nail tips, nail glue, a cuticle pusher, and nail file. And then I also grabbed this Blueberry Rain press on set, and this one actually has the toes to match as well, but I just got the nails. Maybe I'll get the toes later on, but I just wanted to see what this looked like up against my hand. But I love this blueberry lemon vibe. I feel like this has been super trendy going back to like the last year or two. Every spring and summer I've seen people doing the lemon blueberry design, and I just thought that this was such a cute and quick way to get that nail design without having to like draw on your own nail art, which can be kind of tricky sometimes. But it's a short square shape. It has the yellow French tip, and then it has the cute little blueberry design. So that's what that looks like. Then going on to my X-Coat nails, I got 2 packs of X-Coat nails. So the first is the medium almond X-Coat tips. These have a white French tip and a pink base, and these are like my favorite. I love their medium almond nails. It's my favorite length and shape from them. And I love the pink base as well. Like the pink base and the peach base that you get with like the reds and stuff are my 2 favorite base colors from them. And I love that they have the toes in the different base colors as well. So this is the X-Coat square toes, and this is like that older version, the more sharp square, but they still sell these. So I will have everything that I got in this haul linked in the description box if you're interested. But yeah, love these toes so much, and I'm just going to kind of hold it up against my big toe so you can kind of see what it looks like. But it has more of a sharp square shape. You can definitely file it and kind of shape it a little bit more round if you prefer that, but I love the sharp square look. It gives that feel of like acrylic toes, which of course are still super trendy. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right in to doing my matching nail and toe set using those X-Coat tips. So I went ahead and laid out everything that I'm going to use, and for my toes I'm only going to be doing a custom design on the big toes. So I just went ahead and sized those out and put them on my nail stand so I can customize those. And then you'll see later on in the video when I apply the toenails, I'm just going to leave the rest of them just with the classic white French tip without any additions. But I'm also just going to quickly size out my nails, and once I have everything sized out, I'm jumping right into my nail design. I wanted to do a really cute spring design, and I felt like what feels more spring like than butterflies, so I'm using some butterfly decals along with some cute little nail rhinestones and these cute little charms. These are like moons and stars and stuff, but I'm mainly just going to be using these stars. So like this cute little star, I'm going to use some of those. And for the butterflies, I'm actually using water nail decals. I don't even know if they sell these anymore, but I've had these for years. I don't know if you're an OG nail girly, you probably remember the water nail decals where you dip them in water and then they just slide right off and you can just put them right on your nails. And I don't know, I like these a lot because they're thinner than nail stickers, so they're super seamless, and they used to have so many different designs and stuff for them, but I don't even know if you can find these anymore. But you can definitely just use some butterfly nail stickers if you're interested in getting like a similar look. But for my toes, I just found 2 of the matching butterflies, and I'm going to just put that on either big toe, and it's just going to kind of be mirrored. So I'm putting it both on like the center corner of the nail, and then I'm just gonna go in with all of my charms and stuff after that. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead, since I've already put the water decal down in some water, and they're easy to peel off right now. I'm going to go ahead and put all of my little butterfly decals on my nails as well. So now that I have all of my butterfly decals on all of the nails, I just did one per nail. I'm now going to go in and apply my nail charms and rhinestones. So for the rhinestones, the main colors that I'm going to use are like the light pink, the blue, green, silver, and I may go ahead and use that lighter purple and the pink as well. I hadn't fully decided at that point, but I just knew I kind of wanted to mix and match the rhinestones on the nails, and then I also knew I wanted to do one of the star charms per nail. So I just went in with a little bit of nail rhinestone gel. I'm just kind of putting them randomly around the butterfly. I know I wanted to kind of fill in the remaining space, but I didn't want them to be too close together, so I'm just kind of spacing them out, just putting a little dollop of the rhinestone gel, and then I'm just going to go in and kind of randomly place the rhinestones and the star charm, and then whatever I do on one big toe, I'm just going to mirror that on the other so that they can look the same. So here are my big toenails. I love the way that they look, and I feel like I got them pretty symmetrical. So I'm going to just go ahead and pop those in the lamp to do a full cure. And I'm going to do the same exact thing on the nails, but I'm just going to put them, you know, randomly. I'm doing probably about 3 to 4 rhinestones and charms per nail. Like I said, I'm only going to do 1 star per nail, but for the other little rhinestones, I'll do like 2 or 3 of those, depending on how much space I have around the butterfly. But yeah, I'm just gonna go in and do that same exact thing on all of the nails. So at this point, I fully cured all of my rhinestones and charms in the lamp, and I'm just going to go in with some top coat, which is step 2 in their French protection duo. You can go in with step 1 first, which is the builder gel, and I highly recommend doing that. It kind of helps the French tip from peeling off, and then also it helps seal in like your decals, or even if you're using nail stickers, it'll help kind of seal it into place before you go in with your top coat. But I skipped the builder. I really don't find it necessary. I mean, I know that they market it to make sure that the French tip doesn't chip, but it's really rare that I have that happen on my nails, even when I don't go in with the builder gel. So it's all about personal preference. So for me, I'm just going straight to the top coat. I'm going to go ahead and do a coat of that on all of the nails and pop those nails in the lamp. So while I have both of those hands in the lamp curing, I'm going on to my toes, and I went ahead and set aside the 2 big toes so that I know I have those ready to go. And I'm just sizing out the remaining toenails, and I'm just going to lay those out so that it's easy for me to just quickly grab them and apply them once I'm ready for my application. So to prep my nails before I apply the toenails, I'm just going in with an alcohol pad just to kind of dehydrate my natural toenails and wipe off any dust or anything that might be on it. I know I still have a little bit of like glue residue from my previous toenail set still on there, so I am going to go in and file. My phone overheated while it was doing that, so it stopped recording, so I didn't show that part, but I just used a little mini buffer block just to file the top of my toenails. And then I also went in with these clippers just to clip down my toes as low as possible, especially my big toe. I do have long toes, which is why I love that BTArtbox has those long toenails, but for this set, because I'm using like the regular size one, I have to make sure that I cut my big toenail nice and low for it to fit. But if you have regular size feet, you won't have that problem. But yeah, I'm just going in and clipping down my toenails, and then I am ready to apply my nails. So for my application process, I like to use 2 different nail glues. I use a brush on nail glue, and I use that to brush glue onto my natural toenail. And then I also use a nail glue that's inside of a tube, and I use that to fill up the inside of the full cover nail tip. So as you can see, I went in and brushed on the glue on my big toe, and then I just did a few drops of the tube glue inside of that full cover nail tip, and I'm just kind of spreading it out, making sure it goes from sidewall to sidewall, and I'm kind of taking it majority of the way up the nail. This kind of makes sure that you don't have any air bubbles in your nails, and you just want to start off by pressing it towards the cuticle area, and then you press down towards the tip. And that method always works for me to kind of prevent getting any air bubbles up under the nail. And also this application process works great for like a 2-week wear. Sometimes you can get even longer than that, but if you want an even stronger hold, you can go in with more than just the buffer block to file your nail. You can use like an e-file or like a 180 grit nail file and kind of file your nails down a little bit more. And that's actually what I used to do in the past, but since I like to just like rip my toenails off, my press-on toenails off, I felt like that was a bit too much and it was a little too harsh on my natural nails. I feel like by the end of last summer, after switching out my nail sets every 2 weeks or so, my natural toenails were so thin. So I'm trying to go in and do, not too much filing, not too much prep. I only want them to hold for about 2 weeks, and then I'll be doing another press on set, matching nail and toe set. So definitely stay tuned for that. Also, y'all, if you're interested in doing your matching nails and toes throughout the summer, I will definitely be back about every 2 weeks or so doing a matching nail and toe set using BTArtbox as well as some other brands that I love, so stay tuned for that. But just finishing off my application process for those smaller toenails, I'm not going to really use the tube glue. I'm just going to stick to the brush on glue because you really don't need that much. Like the smaller the nail bed, you don't need as much glue, of course. So I'm just going in and pressing those on and just holding them for a few seconds. So I'm going to finish off applying all of the toenails and then I'll check back in. Now that all of my toenails are applied, I'm just going to go in and pop off the little tab at the tip, and then I'm just going to file down the tip of the nail just a little bit, just to remove the little piece that's left by the tab, and just kind of shape them up. You really don't have to do too much filing and shaping with these because they already have that nice crisp sharp square look. So just a little bit of filing to remove the tab right in the center of each toenail, and it's like a flawless shape. So once I finish filing the tips, I'm just going to go in and top coat all of the toenails, well, except for the big toe, because of course we already top coated that after we finished designing it. So yeah, I'm just going to top coat the other toenails and just pop them in the lamp. So now that I've finished applying my toenails, I'm going back to my nail set, just finishing it off by filing the little tab off the tip, and this was the finished product. So all we have to do is apply. I did the same prep that I did for my toes, but I just included pushing back my cuticles really quick. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in and file my nails using the same little small buffer tool, so that way I'm not filing down my nails too much. And then I'm gonna go in with that same brush on glue and tube glue method to apply them. So now that my set is all done, I just finished off with some cuticle oil, and this is the finished product. I absolutely love the way that this set turned out. I'm so excited to be rocking them for the next 2 weeks. And also I felt like these were so perfect because we were hosting a party for my grandma's 75th birthday, and I felt like the pink butterflies kind of went with the spring theme that we did. So yeah, love the way they turned out. Let me know what y'all think of them in the comments down below. If you're interested in any of those BTArtbox products, I will have them linked in the description along with my coupon code, so be sure to check that out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.